What does Amapiano mean?
So Amapiano means, like, in Zulu, it means the pianos, because a lot of Amapiano is like very jazzy too.
Okay.
So you hear a lot of piano riffs and piano keys, piano solos. So it's like house music slowed down mixed with jazz. You know what I mean? So like a lot of it, you hear a lot of those piano riffs, those piano keys being played. So much that it was like people was calling it the pianos. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what Amapiano means.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Qualified Conversations, where we have in-depth conversations with those who are, in fact, qualified. So, first and foremost, make sure that all subscribers or all watchers are subscribed to our YouTube channel. Make sure y'all hit that button. You know, we're gonna put it on the screen, I think probably around somewhere here, but just make sure that you click it, make sure you like it, make sure you subscribe, and stay in tune with our channel. Now, today, we keeping it music. I gotta keep it music. Hailing from New York, all right? Known as the Fly Haitian. We got a music curator in the building. We have somebody who is a music aficionado, and you might know him as the Fly Haitian, but if you don't know him as the Fly Haitian, we have DJ Kash.
Yes, sir.
DJ Kash,
G.
first of all, appreciate you for coming through.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
And I do want to start it this way, right? Because a lot of times, like I said in the beginning, this is for people who are in fact qualified, and people out there might not understand, well, what makes him qualified, what makes her qualified. So a question I just like to ask in the beginning is, who is, right? So who is DJ Kash?
I'm a DJ slash producer slash, I guess you could say, artist. I've been DJing for 25 years. I've been DJing in Atlanta for about 15. I'm kind of like an international ambassador, if you will. I have the first international radio show on V103, where the first time ever in Georgia where somebody had a full 2 hours dedicated to playing dancehall, African music, reggae, compa, everything.
Okay, hold on, real quick. Cause he about to go crazy. And he ain't even really get into it yet, right? So again, just really having you guys understand, when I say music aficionado, this is what I mean.
Right.
You understand?
Right,
You like I did that?
right.
You feel me? So, but I do now want to take it to the beginning. Let's talk about some of the early stages of your development. So I mentioned New York, right? What part of New York?
Brooklyn.
What part of Brooklyn?
Like Coney Island, Brighton Beach area.
Okay, cool. So, growing up, Brooklyn, I'd imagine 80s, like 90s basically.
Yeah.
80s, 90s.
Yep.
80s, 90s, right? Old Brooklyn.
Old Brooklyn.
Total different vibe.
Yeah, dangerous Brooklyn. Yeah.
I
mean, Brooklyn's still dangerous, but
sure, but
extra dangerous back then.
completely different vibe,
Yeah,
right?
1000%.
Completely different vibe.
D-Step Brooklyn. Those who from Brooklyn know what I mean. Like Decepticons Brooklyn. Yeah.
Yeah. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, all right. So, this kid in Brooklyn, siblings?
Yeah, I'm the youngest of 5.
Youngest of 5.
Uh-huh.
Everybody in the same house?
In the same house, yeah.
Everybody in the
mother,
same house.
Father, yeah.
Same mother, same father. Shout out to that. Shout out to Black Love, first and foremost, right? But
I wouldn't necessarily say Black Love, but yeah, but close.
right, because
Close,
we ain't gonna get into
yeah,
that. But
yeah.
you understand what I'm saying. But all right, so family structure, everybody's in the same house. It's 5 of you. It's Brooklyn. It's chaotic. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on.
For sure.
Everybody tends to take to, things as they grow and develop, right? A lot of kids, a lot of boys, maybe sports. Girls, maybe, I don't even want to say, because I don't want to say the wrong thing. But,
A lot of girls. Come on, I'm from Brooklyn.
Huh?
A lot of girls are involved.
Oh, no, a lot of girls is involved. Yeah, I'm saying, no.
You ain't gonna get me in trouble. It's not you can say get me in trouble, but
All right.
a lot of girls involved. Lots. And like, I'm Caribbean too, so you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That was my upbringing, you know what I mean? That's part of my story, you know what I mean?
So music, what are these vibes that are inspiring you young, right? What are you kind of gravitating to, or what are you hearing? What's early on for you?
My real introduction to music, I'm Caribbean, but at the same time, like when I started falling in love with music, it was like, to be honest, it was house music. So I grew up in an era where like house music was kind of like still reigning king in my area, you know what I mean? At least. So that was like a huge influence for me in the beginning. And then from that, I did more like reggae, dancehall, because I'm Caribbean. I grew up around a lot of Caribbeans. Then from that, hip hop. So like a lot of people, because I'm more so known for hip hop, and so a lot of people think my journey started it, but that was like probably like the last genre I got into.
Okay.
Yeah. So me, it was just like a lot of house music in my early ages of introduction to music.
I love that, right? Because I'm from Jersey.
Okay.
So we do house, we dance, and
y'all stole it from Baltimore, by the way. But
nah, we're not gonna do that.
Yeah, but go ahead.
We're not gonna do that.
Y'all stole it from Baltimore.
We're not gonna do that. It's definitely different. But house, and definitely if we talking in that time, right? House, right? Because we talking house. Because house and Jersey club are different. Is different.
Right.
So as a house lover, I know somebody by the name of Todd Terry is a huge influence on you and for you, right?
Huge influence.
So first of all, let people know who he is and kind of speak to his influence and his legacy.
Todd is like, they call him Todd the God Terry. They call him the God for a reason, because like he molded like the New York City house scene. You know what I mean? He had a lot to do with the sound of house music from New York, because before him, it was a lot of guys that like, Chicago basically ran the house scene, you know what I mean? So he kind of was like our guy that we threw in the hat, threw in the ring for to represent New York with this house music stuff. So he was extremely influential. Like, he's from my neighborhood, it's a rough neighborhood, you know what I mean? He's a lot older than me, so like, he's the first person I ever seen make money off music. So I never seen that. I never even thought it was possible.
Yeah.
So like, he'll come to the hood in Porsches and Benzes and Jaguars and Lamborghinis and all types of crazy stuff. And I didn't even know that was possible from music. I've never seen nobody come around like that turned up from music. So Todd was like the first person to show me that it could be done.
Yeah.
And then when I started getting into music, he like helped me. So like, my brother bought me a pair of Gemini 10s where like, if you're a DJ, you know Gemini 10s are trash turntables. So when he seen me taking it serious and he seen what I was doing on Gemini 10s, like Todd gave me my first pair of Technique 1200s. Or if you're a DJ, you know what a pair of Technique 1200s is. And at the time, like Technique 1200s was an industry standard. You know what I mean? Yeah. So he bought me those. And then when I started producing, I played him my beats and he was just like, what you made this on? And I showed him what I made it on. And he took me right then and there. Like, not months later, not weeks later, right then and there, he took me to Guitar Center and spent $3,000 on me on an MPC.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's
like,
crazy.
Todd is like, I can never like repay him for what he's done for me, the influence he's given me. And then like, and then outside of music, like Todd has always been the male figure in my life that I've learned from. Like, everything you're supposed to learn from a father, I've learned from him. Like, I got my trade from him, my DJing, my music, and I learned about money and business and women. Everything you're supposed to learn from a father, I learned from Todd.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
That's
and
fire.
he's a legend, so it doesn't hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that's super fire. Like for somebody to take you under their wing like that, is, I mean, like you said, how do you repay that, right? How do you repay a person like that? And then you take it now, right? And as you're, I guess, developing and practicing and learning, house is still that's the basis of what you're like, that's still your foundation at that point?
What you mean now or like?
No. Then
I was kind of like experimenting. Then it was probably more so, by that time, when I started DJing, it was probably more so hip hop. You know what I mean? But I was still very much into musically, sonically, I was still very much into house music and dancehall and reggae. So, but like when I started DJing parties, it was hip hop and reggae. Because when you grow up in New York, hip hop parties and dancehall kind of go hand in hand. Like we don't separate it like how you see in the South. Like it's a hip hop party, then there's a reggae party. In New York, a party's a party, and you're gonna hear some dancehall, you're gonna hear some reggae, you're gonna hear some hip hop. Like we don't really segregate it. So when I started DJing, like most of my gigs were like hip hop / dancehall reggae gigs.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Not as much house, but I would still buy the house records, and I would still be playing them in the crib. You know what I mean? So
Okay. Now, I want to speak to, because, you know, they say MC means move the crowd, right? I don't think they have a little cool catchphrase like that for DJs, but you got to read the room.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely have to read the room.
For sure.
Right? Early nerves when you DJing in front of crowds, like, how was that for you?
I never really had that. I never really had that, to be honest with you. I never was like scared or like, I never really had that, ever. I think because I practiced so much,
so that's what it was.
Yeah, it was just another thing.
So but you put the work in.
Like, you know, I really believe in that, in that, in the ideology or like the belief of like the 10 hours to 10,000 hours thing. Like I probably had 10,000 hours, like
way long,
like before I even did my first party. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was literally all day, every day DJing in my room, all day, every day. And then, like, you know, I'm from Brooklyn, so like people, like my house was the house to be at. So people hear music, they knocking on the door. Next thing you know, I'm just chilling at first. I'm just DJing by myself. Then one homie comes through.
And that was an organic, it was an organic vibe,
So from the jump, I was DJing for 20, 30 people because everybody's just in my room. So I never ever had that, you know what I mean?
That makes sense.
To this day, I'm DJing for 40,000 people, 17,000 people, 20,000. I still don't get that. It's still another thing.
So never like, even when you got the biggest crowd, so it's more excitement then? Or what's the feeling?
The feeling is just more like,
because I'm sorry to cut you off. Are you saying that it's no difference?
Nah, I mean, there's a difference, but
it gotta be.
It just, no? To me, I'm just hyped to show the world what I could do now. It's just like that feeling. It's more excitement.
Yeah.
It's never really like scaredness or like a nervousness or
I feel that.
It's more excitement. Like, nah, not a world. This is it. Like, this is gonna be the one where the world knows my name. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's never. And now I'm at the point where I've done 20,000, 40,000 people so much. I could literally be having the same conversation, this calm, this chill, and then they call my name and I go DJ for 40,000 people. That's how used to I am now. Like, I don't even pull out my phone no more and be like that's how used to it I am. You know what I mean? So it's just, I never had that. Never really had those type of nerves and all that. Just excitement, you know what I mean?
Word. Dope. So now, radio. Because as a DJ, you're normally trying to play clubs and play, you know, different gigs and different crowds or what have you. But I personally think that most DJs, especially the vocal ones, because I think that those are the real, I want to be respectful, but those are my favorite type of DJs.
Right.
Those are my favorite type of DJs, right? Vocal DJs.
Right.
Because that's really showcasing the skill set.
Right.
Encompassing everything within the skill set. So talking on the mic kind of comes natural, and radio could be a natural progression for a lot of people. It was for me. And for you and your story, I understand that you have radio background. So talk about how radio came about for you, or how that opportunity even.
The crazy thing is, like, I never really cared about radio. I did, but not really. Like, I grew up, like, when I be in my room practicing, like imagining that I'm on the radio right now.
Right.
But like, it was never like
a dream.
It was never a dream for me to be on radio.
Yeah.
But you know, they say I'm a firm believer of like, do what you like to do and do it really well, and everything else is gonna follow. The money, everything else is gonna follow. And that's what happened with radio. Like, when I moved out here, I was just killing it. I was doing every top club, every top party, every top everything. And then it got to the point where radio came to me. You know what I mean?
But so how do we get to Atlanta though? Because we're in New York. So how does the transition to Atlanta happen?
I came to Atlanta to visit my sisters. You know what I mean? I came to visit my sisters. My whole family's pretty tight. You know what I mean? All my siblings, we're all pretty close. They've been living here for like a year. I was in college. I came here to visit them.
What school?
I went to Dowling College in Long Island. Small college. It closed down in 2016.
Okay.
But best years of my life though. Small college, but vibe.
I bet.
Right next to Stony Brook.
Okay.
So I came out here to visit and I just never left. I came here, I was meeting people. Like I met people like I was working at Walmart, my age, that owned a house. Like that blew my mind. Like, I was like, wait, time out. No disrespect to people, anybody that works at Walmart, but that's impossible coming from New York.
Yeah.
Like you working at Walmart and you buy a house, that's impossible in New York. And you 22, I was like, that's impossible. So when I came here and I seen that, I was like, I'm never going back, bro. I'm like, cause at the time I was already making money. I had an apartment, everything in school, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was making money DJing. Like I didn't, that was my job.
Right.
So I was like, if I could, the prices it costs to own a house and own an apartment here, if I get 1 gig a week, I could do that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm not going back. Everybody thought I was crazy, but you know what I mean? So then I just started doing my thing and just started slowly grinding, and radio came to me, and that's how I got on radio. You know what I mean?
Now, what station was it that came to you?
V103.
V103. And if you from the Atlanta area, or even if you just are of the culture, like V103 is a staple in Atlanta. Like
to New Yorkers, like V103 is like the high 97.
It's the high 97 of the South, right? Yeah. So V103, they come calling. Is it an evening spot? Is it a morning radio spot? Is it
nothing?
What is that
nothing.
conversation?
It was like, yo, we think you nice.
Okay.
And you know what I mean? You're on the team, but I was on the bench. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
So it was like they call me in when I need to be, you know what I mean?
All right.
But usually people be on the radio for like, at that time, people could be on the radio for months and not get no burn yet, like months. But like literally like the first week I was on, somebody called out and they were like, yo, you know what I'm saying? And I was on, you know what I mean? And then I killed that my first time on the radio, I killed it. And they were just like, yo, you want to start doing like every Wednesday at 9 o'clock? I was like, yeah, hell yeah. And I started doing that. Then it went from
hell yeah.
Then it went from every Wednesday at 9 o'clock. Then it went from like Monday and Wednesday at 9 o'clock. Then it went from like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I started doing 5 o'clock. Then I started doing Frank Ski and Wanda in the morning. Then it just started snowballing.
Started going crazy.
Yeah.
You started going crazy. And all right, because I feel like everything, sometimes when they say life comes at you fast, right? So sometimes it actually does, right? But I feel like the story is so accelerated because as all of these things are happening, what's your mental? Sure, we're prepared, right? Like you already grew up with the mindset of, look, I could do anything. Like I'm good. You already got your confidence. Like you're not really scared. So when you stepping out, you coming to show and prove anytime. But as these things are happening, are you like, yep, yeah, I knew this would eventually this would happen? Or is there ever a moment where you like, damn, we're like,
probably a little both. Like I probably I know I was nice.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I know good is gonna happen, and you just don't know exactly what.
When.
You know what I mean?
And
not even when, but or what. Like I just know whatever it is, I'm gonna be at the top of this shit. I just know that. I know like when you name DJs, I'm gonna be at the top of this shit. But I just didn't know how. You know what I mean? So, but at the same time, when it happens, you're like, damn, it's really happening. You know? So when I started, at one point, you couldn't turn on the radio and not hear me. I was doing morning show. I was doing Frank and Juan. At one point, I was doing Frank and Juan in the morning. Then I would come back to do Ryan Cameron.
We don't count them out.
Yeah, then I would come back to do the evening with Ryan Cameron.
Okay.
Then I would come back to do the 9 o'clock with Greg Street. And then I would be on the motherfucking, the live broadcast at the club. So at one point, like, you couldn't escape me on the radio. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm just thinking for me, right? Like, if those things are happening for me as they're happening, again, I share some of those sentiments, of course, like, yeah, I'm confident, and yeah, I'm nice, and yeah, I know that y'all gonna notice and all of those different things. But I'm gassed the more that it's like it go from every Wednesday to now 2, 3, 4 times a week, just because I'm excited to get to do the thing that I love doing, and I get to do it in these different mediums or these different shows or facets, you know what I'm saying? Plus the clubs,
I think for me that happens more now because in this point of my career, I'm doing things exactly the way I wanted to.
You always, okay.
So like, even though radio is great and that might be the goal for a lot of DJs. It wasn't the goal for me.
Right.
It was just like
A stepping stone.
Right. It was a stepping stone for me, and it was a dope opportunity, but that's not where I saw myself. You know what I mean? Most DJs, that's the end all be all. I'm gonna get on radio, I made it.
Yeah.
That wasn't it for me. So maybe that's why I didn't look at it like that.
I got you.
know
That
what I
makes
mean?
sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Now I'm doing exactly what I imagined, what I was like, damn, it'll be dope if I could do my own, or it'll be dope if I do a show and thousands of people come just to see me. Like that's happening to me now versus like me being on radio. It'd be a radio show and I'm DJing for thousands of people. You know what I'm saying?
It's interesting you say that, right? Because if we talk about hip hop, the DJ was originally the star, right? And then the MC got in front of the mic and they became the star, right? I feel like COVID, when the pandemic happened, a lot of DJs came out of the woodworks to just play online. Shout out to D Nice because he was one of the main ones who kind of spearheaded the phenomena of just DJing live.
Right.
And then more and more DJs started to go crazy, right? So I'm sure that you were caught up in that and you were going live and all of those different things at the time as well. But also, a lot more people just picked up the hobby or picked up the skill, right? And a lot more people jumped into the game. And when we talk about different phases of the culture or culture in general, it comes in waves, right? And a lot of times it's better to understand when to get in because it's everything is oversaturated. Everything is oversaturated. DJs now are in abundance the same way that podcasts are in abundance, the same way that a few years before rappers were in abundance. Like, you know what I'm saying? So when the pandemic happens and everybody is seeing the world change before their eyes, are you immediately having, I don't want to say jumping on the bandwagon, because again, I'm sure you went live, but in real time, are you figuring out how you need to reshift your entire business model? Because now we know that was the reshift of everything, right? And everybody changed their business model. Did you know that early on, or was it something that you kind of maybe caught on to later?
I mean,
after the fact?
I changed, it made me reflect on my business model, but in a different way. Like it changed me sonically, like, because like 2019, right before the pandemic, I was doing a gig in Qatar and I found out about this beautiful sound called Amapiano. So I found out about that in 2019 in my trip in Qatar. So when I came back, I was stuck in the house and that's all I was listening to was Amapiano, because I would do my mixes for the radio from the house and it would make me depressed. Because at that time, everybody, we stuck in the house, you know what I'm saying? Not getting enough sunlight, So it was like listening to that hip hop music was depressing, bro. It was depressing. Like I couldn't take it no more. So it was like refreshing to listen to piano. And then that's when I was like, when I come out of this, I'm switching up. Yeah. So I'm the type of person, like, I really don't pay attention to what the world is doing. Yeah, I don't really do that. I pay attention to like what I feel. You know what I'm saying? And at the time I was feeling Amapiano, and I was like, the world needs to feel what I feel. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't really thinking of it. It was like, oh, I gotta get on the bandwagon, like doing live. And I mean, I did, of course, in a sense, but like I was just like, okay, the world's changing, and when I come out of this, I need to change what I'm doing sonically, and then I need to be involved digitally more. Like I need to be involved in everything digital more. I can't be one of them old heads that like, that's social media. Yeah, I can't be one of those old heads. If I want to grow, I'm gonna have to move with the time. So I just came out of it like, it affected me. Like, seeing all these new DJs pop up and they killing it online. So it made me just feel like, okay, I need to incorporate that a little bit and change my sound. So it was a good reset for me, you know what I mean? No doubt, and for everybody, definitely for me as well. But I also want to go back to, because we can't just skip over certain shit like that. Like, because you said you was in Qatar. So, I mean, let's talk about that. Like, how do you, like, that's not normal, that's not regular. So how do you end up in Qatar? What are you doing in Qatar, if I may ask? And how does that? I was booked out there. Okay. I was booked in Qatar. I get booked in the Middle East a lot. Like, I've been in the Middle East 10 times probably in the last 3-4 years. So I want to talk about Qatar specifically as well, but I do want to talk about the Middle East and gigs out there, right? Because in my opinion, I've never been booked for an international gig, but in my opinion, at that point,
you have to think internationally, right? You have to think globally. And then you have to also, again, read the room, understand your audience, all of those different things. What kind of music are you prone to play? Is it strictly their music of their country, or like?
Nah, I don't.
Not their. You know what I mean?
Me personally, I don't think like that. I mean, logically, that's a smart way to go about it, right? But I don't do that. Me personally, like, you go get what I do, and that's it.
Perfect.
You know what I'm saying? You book me because I do something very well.
Right.
So now when I get there, I'm not gonna change what I do very well.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm coming there and I'm doing what I do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not thinking like, yo, what are they playing here? Listen, I'm doing what I do. And that's the reason why y'all brought me here.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
But see, that's, I guess, speaking to the testament of somebody who really is confident in what they do.
Right.
Because if you switching every week because of whatever, then who are you?
Now, of course, if there's an artist,
you gotta read the room.
If there's an artist that's local that that artist's sound fits what I do, I'll incorporate it. Mm-hmm. If they have a song that's going crazy, if I get them like, man, this song is killing out here. And if it fits what I do, I'll incorporate it. But other than that, like, I'm coming there to do what I do.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm a specialist. You know what I mean? When you go to the surgeon for a heart doctor, and the heart doctor don't go like, you go to a heart doctor, you don't go to a cardiologist and be like, yo, and then he'd be like, you know what? You know what I'm saying? Podiatry is like popping right now. You come to me for a heart problem, I'm a specialist in this particular thing. So when you come to me, that's what I'm gonna give you.
That's what you get. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's facts. Just as you saying that, it reminded me of Jazzy Jeff. I just heard him say that same thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Again, this also comes.
I did New Year's with him in Qatar, by the way, too.
Fire.
In 2019 when I was out there. You know what I'm saying?
So it's connected. Yeah. It's connected. So, but he was saying, now again, Jazzy Jeff is one of the greatest, my favorite. But like, when you afford yourself the luxury of having people know and understand and come to know and understand what it is that you do, that's when it becomes fun. That's when it really becomes fun. Because before that, it's just, it's all a grind, but I'm trying to work so that y'all know my name. Right. You know what I'm saying? That y'all respect what it is that I do. And more word travels and so on and so forth. And now you get the luxury of saying, nah, I want him because I like his vibe and this is what I'm going to bring to wherever it is. So now you go out there and you hear this new music. Go take us back to that moment. Like, what was you like when you heard this shit? You like, was it just a light bulb that clicked?
Yeah, immediately. Like, I heard, I was like, yo, this is insane. So I heard like two different styles of music. I heard Amapiano, and I heard another style of music called Qom. So they're both from South Africa. You know what I'm saying?
How the hell you spell that?
GQOM.
GQOM?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I heard those two styles and I was like, what is this? And then the DJ was like, oh, this, yeah, put me on and stuff. And I was like, damn, this is crazy. And then the whole time I was there in the hotel room, just vibing to it, like, damn, this is crazy. And then when the pandemic happened, I was just like, this is it. This is my mode. You know what I mean? But it's crazy. I went there, all the way there to find out about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And for those who don't know, it's big in South Africa.
It started in South
Africa. And so let's talk about it, right? You're Caribbean, you're Haitian. So playing this Caribbean music or this style of Caribbean music or African, it's African, right? Obviously. So this style of African music, it already speaks to home, right? It strikes home chords.
Right.
But as you're curating this new vibe at the crib and you're saying it's gonna be my new thing, how are you discovering artists? Not to give away your secrets of discovering music, but like, are you just literally just typing in, different types of Amapiano artists, more or less?
Yeah, a little bit of everything. Like, I got some South African friends. I have some friends that are like, I'm hitting them like, yo, you fuck with Amapiano? Like, hell yeah. Yeah. And then they're giving me artists like, yo, check this person out, check this person out.
Because it's not that popular. It's still relatively new.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not that popular. So you would have to have boots on the ground, so to speak, and people that can kind of put you on to what's happening on the ground. So Okay, because I'm wondering, like, you're only gonna get but so far on Apple Music.
Yeah,
like,
and
you know
then,
what I'm saying?
when you find out about one artist, you just go through.
A rabbit hole.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You start finding about this artist, that artist, this older artist, this new artist. You start just finding out. Once a couple people tell you, yo, check out this person, check out this, then you start listening. And you start, then that artist have a feature with this person. You're like, damn, I like this person. Then you start listening to their music. Then they have a feature with somebody else, and you're like, damn.
All right, so Amapiano has a lot of different elements to it, right? And again, circling back, going full circle, we talked about your roots in house music. Now, I've seen you play before. Phenomenal.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Super dope, high energy, performative in the best way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a performer.
Appreciate it.
Right? And so I notice a lot of these blends and these house feels and these house undertones and the drum. I forget, and I'm a percussionist. I'm a drummer, but I don't know the African drum. What's the name of the African drum?
The drum.
It's the
which
sound.
One? Are you talking about the drum that stands out in Amapiano, or are you talking about just like?
Well, I don't know, because I don't know what I'm listening to.
So in Amapiano,
it's a blend.
So in Amapiano, it's something called a log drum.
The log drum.
So the log drum is what you hear. The That's called a log drum.
Yeah.
It's almost like a bass. It's almost like an 808 played like a bass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but mad rhythmic.
Yeah.
Extremely rhythmic.
But it does like you said, it creates melody.
Yeah,
you know
more or less. Yeah.
When you can get drums to create melody.
I'm a drummer, bro. This is why bro. That's why it's so fire for me.
Yeah.
Like, that's why it's so fire for me. And you produce as well. Excuse me, because first of all, DJing is producing. Let's just put that out there. DJing is producing, bro. It's composing. It's composing. DJing is composing. Because you're putting different elements together. I understand that the songs are already made, but you're blending, you're scratching, you're matching tempos, you're matching pitches. Like, you have to have an ear for composing these different things and putting them together.
All right. Me personally, I wouldn't describe it that way, but I can see why you say that. You know what I'm saying? Because some people just playing music. Not every DJ is like that. Some people are just playing music.
True. All right, that's very, very true.
Some people are creating music and then.
But I guess I'm speaking about you more so. So I'm kind of in that vibe.
Yeah, in that sense, then yes, I am a producer.
You feel me? I'm kind of in that vibe.
In that sense, yeah. You know what I mean?
Because I'm going somewhere with it.
Okay.
Because as a producer,
I'm gonna let you land. I'm gonna let you land.
Because as a producer, again, like I said, sometimes I don't even know what I'm listening to because it's original. You are actually creating these things. Like, you can control the log drum. You can control the different hits, and you know what I'm saying? Like, so, and then there's the blends and the incorporation of house and all of those different things. So as you do mixes, can you kind of speak to the creative process of having fun with putting those elements together?
So like for me, like the reason why you feel that in my set is because a lot of the music that's being played in my set is my music that I produced.
See?
You know what I'm saying?
See?
So when you hear my set, a lot of times you try to Shazam stuff, you can't Shazam.
Nah, you're not gonna be able to.
It's stuff I made specifically for my set. You know what I mean? So that's why it may sound like that. But other than that, like how I put together my set is like I just have fun.
Yeah, you do what you do. Yeah,
I'm not the type of DJ that really like plans his set.
Well, how can you really? I mean, maybe
some people do. Some people, no matter what's happening, they're gonna play this song after this song. And that song after that. Some people are like that.
That's
true.
Know what I mean? That's true.
And I don't knock it. Whatever works for you, but I'm just not that type of DJ. You know what I mean? So I never know what I'm gonna play until I get up there, and I'd be like, all right, I feel like playing this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my set, believe it or not, people think I put a lot of time and thought and effort into my set. I really don't.
You just put your shit together and you rock out.
I mean, I do, but I don't. Like, I put a lot of effort into knowing music and listening to music.
I understand what you're saying. I understand.
But as far as like a set, I don't really put that together.
Yeah. I understand exactly what you're saying. I mean, well, I understand, right?
It's more of a feeling, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm about to say, maybe you should explain, because maybe people don't understand.
Yeah, it's more of a feeling, like, all right, I get in there, I read the room, like, okay, yeah, like, it's even at Bamba, a spot that I do every Tuesday.
And we get into that, yeah.
It's like, I may start different every time, because it's like, all right, tonight, they're more upbeat. Tonight, or like, they're not there yet, so let me just play more mellow, or in the beginning, you know what I mean? So it just depends.
So you mentioned Bamba.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I want you to explain what Bamba means. What does Bamba mean?
Like, it's different in different cultures. So like Bamba, like to my Ghanaian homies, that might mean like you want to be in the mix, or you wanna be outside.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's hence the song. You want a Bamba? You want a G with the big boys?
Yeah.
You want to be in the mix.
Okay.
Like you want to hustle. Bamba. Like the hustle. Like you want to be out there. And then to my South African homies, it might mean like hold it, like to like hold it, like to like
hold it down.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So like it just depends on what culture you come from. But it was just something that resonated to almost everybody.
Everybody, it was like, a universal.
Yeah. That's why the name was like, yeah, let me use that, because everybody kind of like gets that reference. Okay.
So Bamba. There's a thing called Bamba Tuesdays.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me just tell you that
it is a thing.
It's a thing. It's definitely a thing, right? So there's a thing called Bamba Tuesdays. Now, first of all, one of my favorite restaurants. I mean, we're gonna put it out there now. It was I wanted it to be a secret so bad.
Wow.
Like I wanted it to be, because like
everybody says that.
I wanted it to be a secret. But one of my favorite restaurants is Rocksteady, right?
Dope.
And food's amazing. Check it out. It's great. But on Tuesdays, they have a thing called Bamba Tuesdays, and it's upstairs in their lounge.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been to the restaurant. I had never been to Bamba. I'm watching Bamba for years.
Right.
On Instagram.
Right.
Saying,
one day I'm going to go. One Tuesday I'm going to go.
One Tuesday I'm going to go, right? One Tuesday I'm going to go.
Yeah.
Never went. Cool. Just so happened, the anniversary was recently. Now, how many years? 3? 2?
2 years. 2 years.
2-year anniversary.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta go. Like, this is the time. Let me go. Let me see what's shaking. Let me see what's going on. So, and one of my mans was in town too. And his we went out. Cool. And I go. First of all, let me tell y'all, we had reservations at the restaurant, and I'm like, yo, so how does the upstairs vibe work? Because I've never been. I don't know how you get there. It's like, well, normally you can just walk up, but we've never seen this many people before. So like the line is unusually long, and you guys might have to. I'm like, all right. So we go outside. We finally like get upstairs, and we're hearing the music from outside. We're walking upstairs. It's getting louder. It's like a movie. Right. It's really like a movie. It's really like a movie, and it's like, and it's the vibes, bro.
Nah.
So you can't not feel the vibes when you're walking in there already. It already speaks to our core, right? Yeah. So I'm walking in, the vibes is crazy. It's jam-packed. Everybody's dancing. Cameras is out. Beautiful scene of just people enjoying themselves in this world that just exists, that's tucked in the middle of plain sight that nobody knows about. You know what I'm saying? On the main street, but nobody knows.
With Wakanda, son.
Yeah.
It's like the best thing smoking, but it's like, it's a if you know, amazing, you know, bro. Kind of
it's
vibe.
Amazing.
Nah, thank you, bro.
It is a if you know, you know. Like I said, I've known for a minute. I wanted it to be a secret, but I knew, because I watched it. I'm like, nah, this shit getting kind of live.
It's an amazing place. It's a magical place. Like, Bamba's like, I always say, it's not a party, it's a reunion with our ancestors. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you really feel. You really feel like, damn, I feel like I'm in the motherland right now. That's how you really feel.
I'm telling you.
You know, and everybody comes as strangers but leaves as family.
I'm telling you.
And it's really like that. People like don't believe me, but it's like it's really like that. When you get there, you can come by yourself and the pictures and videos would look like otherwise. It'd be like, you went there with all those people? And you're like, I don't know, none of those people.
Yeah.
But we was having a good time together. That's really how it is. Like,
it's really a vibe. It's really a vibe. And you just mentioned something, getting in tune with the ancestors, right? Because I recently, I went again. I had to go back, right? Well, you're not going to just go one time.
Right.
You're not just going to go one time, right? So I go back, and that was something that you said, right? And for people who go, you know, week in and week out, they kind of know, you know, and I don't even want to give it away. I'm not gonna demonstrate. I'm not gonna do none of that. But it was one of those things where, again, if you know, you know. But if you don't know and you looking around, you like, all right, let me join in. Let me be a part of what the vibe is. Like, it's not one of those places where you kind of look crazy trying to be too cool in it.
Nah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
I call Bamba an interactive party. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like EA Sports, you gotta get in the game, son. You know what I mean? You gotta get in the game, son. It's not Bamba's not a spectator sport. You know? You don't come there to watch, and you gotta get in the game.
It's a vibe. It's definitely a vibe.
It's like you said, it's one of those places you look crazy trying to be cool and not dance. Because people look at you like, what's wrong with you?
What
if you're not gonna dance, move out the way.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's one of those places.
But as the curator, right? Because correct me if I'm wrong. You are the curator of Bamba Tuesdays, correct? Right. So as the curator of this amazing experience that now over 2 years, I don't want to say what's the plan moving forward, because I do know that you have, you know, plans moving forward. But I think what I'm trying to ask is, as now the only place where, to my knowledge, I don't want to be misspeaking, but to my knowledge, it's the only place in the metro area like that. Like the only experience like that where it's ritually a thing every week. Like people are coming for this specific vibe. Sure, you have like maybe reggae night or Caribbean night at different spots. Right. You know what I'm saying? But I think this is the only place in the city that you can get this. Would that be fair to say, or maybe not necessarily?
It depends on what you define as this. Like, if you mean
Amapiano specifically, because that's what you've curated the space to be.
Weekly, yes. But there's some dope Amapiano parties that pop up that, like, you got Girls Love Ama. You have, like, you know, a couple pop-up parties and stuff. But Bamba is a weekly thing. Yeah. Bamba's every week. Like, you can set your watch to it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's every week. So in that sense, yes, it's the only thing where it's consistent in that sense. And it is the first. Yeah. So Bamba's the first weekly Amapiano party, or the first Amapiano party in Georgia. Maybe first weekly party in the country.
I'm telling you. That's what I've never seen anything like it. I've never heard anything like it. People are just learning what Amapiano is. Yeah. From this interview. People are just learning what Amapiano is. And they're gonna look it up, and they're gonna research it, and they're gonna find out what we're talking about.
And think about that. Bamba's been popping for 2 years. People just now getting put on to Amapiano. And Bamba, and most of the people in the city that know Amapiano know it because of Bamba.
Now let me ask you this. It's very easy to get it confused. We're saying Amapiano. Maybe they think we're being overly technical, but people confuse it oftentimes with Afrobeat.
Nah, it's not.
What are the differences? Because to the common ear, I'm sure it all sounds the same. So you can't really tell.
The difference is the tempo, the subject matter, and like and the elements. So like Amapiano is like derivative of house music. So it's not as fast as house music, but it's not as slow as Afrobeat. So it's like in the middle. You know what I mean? So Afrobeat is normally anywhere from damn near like 90 BPMs to 100, 105.
Yeah, I was about to say 104,
like, you know what I mean? Amapiano's at like 112 to like 115. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So house music is at like 120 to 125. Yeah. So it's like in the middle somewhere, you know what I mean? But, and then you have the distinct, you know, characteristics of like the log drum. That's like piano made that, you know what I mean? That's how you know, like, this is Amapiano. Yeah. And then like the format is different, you know what I mean? So like Afrobeat follows a traditional format of a song, you know what I mean? 8-bar intro, 16-bar verse, 8-bar chorus. Amapiano's not like that. Amapiano might have a 32-bar intro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's a whole different. It's a whole different experience. Again, it's an experience. Like
Amapiano's format is the format of house music.
I was just about to say it's long. It's long form.
Yeah,
yeah,
you know what I
it's
mean?
long
So
form.
a record may be 7 minutes.
Yeah,
8 minutes.
Yeah.
And the best part of the record might not be till 4 minutes in. You know what I'm saying? So just like house music, you know what I mean? House music, you have a loop of the kick and snare for the first 32 bars, you know what I'm saying?
Easy.
And then you'll hear a synth or something come in.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing, you know what I mean? So it's very different groove, different like, cause like piano has a certain groove, like a certain way to like, you can nod your head to pause or like just dance to it. It's a certain groove, you know what I'm saying?
It's fire.
Yeah.
It's the fire groove. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. But I think that's just probably part of that house, you know, thing too. Like, but okay, no, so Bomba Tuesdays is weekly. And maybe, I don't know if you want to speak about some of the future plans for Bomba, because I know you kind of have some, or do you want to kind of?
So Bomba is gonna be more like it's gonna stay on Tuesdays here in Atlanta, but eventually, like probably mainly during the summer, it's gonna travel. So it's gonna be like it's gonna go on tour, so to speak. So in the summertime, on the weekend, it'll be like I'll do one in New York, do one in DC, do one in Miami, do one in. So it's gonna be moving around, and then eventually, after it's made its rounds enough, it'll be like more of a festival.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
eventually
that's what it's gonna be.
That's fire. Yeah. A Bomba festival.
Yeah. I mean, we already did. We did like 2,000 people on this last 4th of July. So
okay, that was out. Like, where was that?
We did it in the parking lot of Rocksteady.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I missed that.
We did like 2,000 people.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You
know what I mean? So we did our proof of concept, so to speak.
Right.
So, yeah.
Nah, that shit is out of here. It's out of here.
Thank you.
It's out of here. It's already locked in.
Super different.
I mean, I can't wait to kind of see just how that continues to develop personally, because I'm gonna definitely be pulling up the more events just because it's something different. You spoke about hip hop. We all, you know, you from New York, I'm from Jersey. We came from still those elements, regardless of what our favorite whatever is today. Like that's in the fabric of who we are.
Right.
So, but as you get older and your priorities might change and your perspective definitely changes, like you start to look at things differently, and the music that you listen to is a reflection of the mood that you're in or is gonna put you in.
1,000%.
You know, so this is a different vibe that you can tap in with when you want something different, when you don't want the same routine thing.
Yeah, to me, hip hop is depressing to me. So
don't depress yourself, man.
Yeah.
Don't do that to us. But I feel you.
Do you believe in manifestation?
Yeah.
So there's no way you could believe in manifestation and not believe that the music and the lyrics you're listening to is not putting you in a certain
I just finished saying
frequency of energy.
Yeah, I just finished saying it. Yeah, 100%.
So 100%. that shit is depressing to me.
I mean, a lot of it is, but it depends, right? It all because it all depends. It's like everything else, and at the same time, you can always go back, because I got to that point where the majority of the shit that I'm listening to is old anyway. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it all depends, but by and large, I understand your point. Yeah. So, no need to fight that.
Yeah. So I had to switch to something that, especially coming out of the pandemic, like. I think the reason why Bomba worked too is like, because coming out of the pandemic, people want to have fun. People want to enjoy life. People like, we just survived a horror movie.
The craziest thing anybody's ever been through.
Something people that never thought of, bro. That's some shit we seen on horror movies.
Bro, that shit was wild.
So people want to come out.
I say that, like, I can't believe that shit actually happened.
People want to have a good time. So it's like, I want to have fun, bro. I don't want to worry about having to fight somebody or somebody robbing me, or I want to have fun.
That's the other thing. It's not that energy.
Nah,
it's not that energy. You know what I'm saying?
The music puts you in a different energy. Yeah. So even if you was on that type of time, once you go in there, it's like, it changes your vibe. Of like, let's have some fun. We'll do that after. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It kind of just changes your whole vibe.
And people come through weekly. Like, this ain't, I mean, it's for us. It's for everybody. Yeah. But people come through. Like, big names come through on the regular just to vibe and just have a good time.
For sure. Because it's infectious, you know what I'm saying? Like when Little Kim came through, she was just basically on some shit like, I keep hearing about this, like, I want to know what it's about. Everybody keep telling me about this. I wanna know this. And she stayed, she came early and left late.
Fire.
And that says a lot. You know what I mean? So like, a lot of people come through because they're just curious about the sound. They never heard nothing like this. People are describing it to them and they're like, nah, I gotta hear for myself. You know what I'm saying? That sort of thing. So, but when they come, it's like they're hooked now. They DMing me like, yo, can you send me your mixes? Can you da-da-da? You know? So it's like that sort of thing.
Nah, fire. Okay, so, well, look, Bomba, you spoke about the future plans and how that's going to look. I want to speak about DJs before we wrap, because it is important. We spoke about Todd Terry early on, but just like in rap, everybody asks the generic question, who's your top 5? So Mount Rushmore is typically 4 people, right? But I'll let you do a top 5. For you personally, not who you necessarily think is on the list, but who is on your list, your top 5 DJs all time.
Damn.
I know, right? Because even though you've heard this before, it still gets difficult every single time. It's too many.
Yeah. I would have to say, of course, Todd Terry. DJ Premier. Probably Kid Capri.
Definitely.
Frankie Knuckles.
House.
Man. And maybe Flash. Grandmaster Flash.
Classic.
Yeah, maybe Grandmaster Flash.
It's well-rounded, man. It's a nice little, it's a nice little 5.
I'm pretty sure I forgot some people.
Sure. That's a nice 5. You said Capri, Todd Terry, Flash. I like that. I like that. Because what is it without Flash?
Yeah, invented the scratch.
Yeah, what is it without Flash? Like I think he should be on everybody's list, honestly. Like, because how do you not have Flash?
Yeah, man. Like, I think like we was talking behind the scenes. I think that's just like hip hop don't really like support their legends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
It's kind of like, so that maybe that's why he's not on everybody's.
That's exactly why. That's exactly why.
But like, you know what I mean? He's like,
he's it. Yeah, he's DJing as we know it. Yeah. DJing as we know it is because of Grandmaster Flash. So salute the Grandmaster Flash. You know what I'm saying? Definitely.
Maybe honorable mention would be Kool Herc. Maybe, you know what I mean? So, because he's like the first DJ we know.
Party,
first person to put, I heard 2 turntables and a mixer together, like, you know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. I would
say honorable mention, Kool Herc.
I'm not mad at Kool Herc. Yeah. I met him too before. He's a legend, man. Yeah. He's a legend. Okay, so I do want you to actually allow people to know how to tap in with you, and what is coming up, because it's getting warm. It's getting warm, and now it's time to really party. You know what I'm saying? Sure. So let's talk about some of the events before we get you out of here that you have coming up, you know, so we can vibe maybe outside with some short sleeves or you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, you can always catch me at DJ Kash, ATL, Kash with a K, on every platform. You know what I mean? Every platform. Black Planet, MySpace. You know what I'm saying? You can still catch me with the DJ Kash, ATL. You know what I'm saying? Like, them profiles is probably still up somewhere.
Yo, crazy.
But what I got coming up though, is like I got a lot more for the summer. I got a lot of outdoor dope events that I probably can't really get into.
Can't really. But I was trying to get exclusive for y'all, man. I try.
Yeah, some dope stuff though. Like I'm working with Red Bull.
He ain't give us nothing. He ain't gonna give us low.
I'm working with something like Red Bull. Like I was in the Red Bull culture class this past year.
I did see like that. Yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
I'm working with like a lot of brands to do a lot of dope outside events. You know?
Oh, I meant to ask you. Was it the dance competition? That you were a part of?
No, I was in the Red Bull culture class.
Okay.
I mean, I DJ'd that, like the announcement for the dance competition.
Okay, because I know I've seen something with the dance.
The culture class is in an arena where it's like next level shit. So they pick only the best of the best in certain genres to represent the genre, and they picked me to represent Amapiano.
Fine.
It was like the best of the best in the arena on the south side. So
that's fine. That's fine.
So more events like that coming up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's dope.
For the summer, yeah.
That's dope. All right, so DJ Kash everywhere. Y'all heard what he said. Y'all heard what I said. You on this couch, you got to be qualified. He's nothing short of it. Ladies and gentlemen, DJ Kash.
My G.